You hear that? I'm currently holding a kitten and recording a video. Needless to say, I'm in an alright mood, I would suppose. I'm doing something that I never considered I would do before. I'm going to do a Jackson Pollock type painting. He's one of those artists that I know very little about, and I still know very little about him, but I thought I would try this type of painting because it's not something I would typically do. I'm not big into the whole drip painting and well, I guess whatever you would call this type painting. What is it called? Pouring paint? Pour painting? Pour painting. P-O-U-R. That stuff. I don't normally do that, and I don't normally do drip painting type things because I like to have a little bit of control when it comes to doing my stuff, but they look cool, and I thought I would step outside of my comfort zone to work on one. So today, that's exactly what we're doing. Jackson Pollock is one of those guys that I knew very little about, and I still don't know very much about, actually. I learned a little bit about him recently. I for the longest time, he's just kind of been that guy that's like the drip painting guy, because that's he was mostly known for, it seems like. That's his most famous works. And it seems like there's a lot of semantics about whether or not he was a good artist or if he was a bad artist or whatever, but a lot of time and effort went into those things. I mean, the actual things are like massive. I think some of them are like 10, 12 feet long, you know, which is ridiculous. I can't imagine taking the time to drip paint over an entire thing like that. I mean, just working on this one, I learned like how difficult it actually is to do it. Like getting the paint to like drip in the way you want, and like getting it to drip at all sometimes is difficult. Like in the beginning of this one, it's like everything just kind of pooled up in like a few certain areas, and I don't know. I just had a hard time actually controlling it, but it was fun nevertheless. Another thing that I kind of got into lately that was something that also I'd never tried before was a 3D pen. I got a 3D printing pen, one of those little ones, and I've been playing around with it a little bit. There's some things on my Instagram. If you want to see them, you can head over there and look at them, but it's also been fun. That one's also been a good time, and I wish I'd gotten into it, you know, a little bit sooner, I guess, just because it is such a interesting medium, and it's weird to get used to, the 3D printing pen. It's hard to make anything that looks not organic, I suppose. It's hard to make like a straight line, to make something that looks like it's like made out of plastic, even though it's literally plastic, I guess. You know what I mean? Something that looks artificial. It all looks very stringy and sinewy, which I really like. I made a few little sculptures. I think I'll use it again. I have plans for it, but I may also do a 3D printing pen video, just because I think that would be a good time. I'm doing that thing again. That thing where I try to talk fast, and in order to make the video interesting, and I forget to breathe. That thing. Speaking of things, there's a small thing that just clawed its way up my leg. Hello, how are you, kitty cat? He's looking at me like he wants something from me, but I just don't know what to get him. This cat drinks He drinks like a gallon of milk a week. It's not nearly that much, but it's a decent amount, because he's a growing kitten, you know? We give him milk as like a little treat, and it's not his main food, but we give it to him every once in a while, and he loves it. He's currently falling off my desk. Don't do that. Poor little guy. But he is growing like a weed, and it's kind of sad. You know, like, watch a kitten, and it like gets bigger gradually. One day it kind of hits you. You're like, oh, this thing's bigger than it was when we got it. It's that kind of a thing. He's going to turn into a little monster. He already is a little monster, but he'll be a bigger little monster in a little bit here. And that should be fun to deal with, I'm sure. I like cats. I do like cats. Cats are great. I like animals in general. But owning them can be a lot sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, he can be a lot sometimes. I can't tell you how many times while recording this painting, either him or one of the other cats was trying to jump up on the desk. There were a lot of times where I had to stop them. Because whereas with most things, they can hop up on the desk and it's fine, you know? This is paint. It's just paint. And there have been times before where one of them's jumped up, landed right in the paint, and then tried to run away from me, and they just trail paint everywhere, and I have to like catch up to them and like wipe it off their paw and then get it out of the carpet real quick. Man, that's something that kind of bugs me as an adult that never bugged me before, having carpet. I totally understand why adults hate carpet so much these days. Hardwood floor is the way to go, because like, if you spill something on the hardwood floor, you just mop it up, you know, it's fine. But if it gets on the carpet, it's just a nightmare. It's like you could never keep them clean. You ever move stuff out of a room and you see like the divide between like the color of the carpet where a piece of furniture was and the divide where it wasn't? Like the walkway, and it's just like completely different. It's a nightmare. It scares me. It shouldn't scare me, but as like a homeowner, it does. It's very bizarre. I feel like I should be talking about the painting a little bit more. This one took a while. It's been on my desk for 2 days now, which I guess isn't that long considering things, but it's felt like forever because this is my current sketchbook. It's the one that I use for sketching and drawing and everything, of course. It's in the name. But I haven't been able to use it because it's been taped to my desk, which has made it feel like forever. It's just like waiting for it to dry in between coats. And whereas normally with paint, you can kind of take a hairdryer to it and accelerate it a little bit, with this one, it's like you really don't want to do that too much, because if you do that, instead of ending up with like smooth paint, it ends up like wrinkly and weird because it's globbed on there, and so it's drying all weird. And if you let it dry on its own, it dries nice and flat and like a little bumpy, you know, but if you dry it with the hairdryer, it's just wrinkly. So I've been trying to keep busy with other projects in the meantime, other projects which hopefully you'll see in videos soon. I need to finish a few of them though. Like I've got a box of stuff under my desk, which I won't really reveal what's going on there, but it has something to do with the 3D pen and something to do with a video I posted not too long ago. So keep that in mind. Stay tuned for that. It's coming at some point, hopefully. There was something else I wanted to talk to you all about as well, and I think I should ask this question because it's been on my mind for a while and it just kind of keeps going to the back burner and I keep forgetting about it. Would you guys like to see a return of Roster Quest? For those that don't know, that was the show I made years back, where I was trying to create a video that would tell you the best action figures of roster characters from Super Smash Brothers to put in your collection, like if you were going to get like everybody on the Smash roster, like which Mario toy would be the best, which Link toy would be the best, you know, things like that. But I kind of stopped it after only like 8 episodes because A, they were hard to edit, and B, I just kind of wasn't as passionate about it. And the idea of doing like, what are we at, like 80-something characters now just sounded exhausting. So what I might do is I might come back and do one big video, or alternatively, I might try to split it up into like categories or like game series or something. I don't know. It's just an idea I had, and it's something I probably will do. I just need to get around to it, I suppose, but I don't know. We'll burn that bridge when we come to it, as they say. But I think that just about wraps up this video. I worked on this one for a long time, and I'm glad to actually have it done. And I'm pretty content with how the floor, or the look of it, kind of turned out. The bed of paint, I suppose. It reminds me of like the floor in like a movie theater, or like that weird foam that goes underneath carpet that's like multicolored. It's like Forbidden Lucky Charms nougat or something. I'm sure someone knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, I enjoyed doing it. I don't think I'll probably do it again for a while, because this page is now like super thick, like 1/4 of an inch thick in my sketchbook, and it doesn't close properly. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? It was a fun time, though. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, so I'll talk to you all later, and you have a good time, a good day. Until next time, goodbye.